Hey, what's good YouTube? Target here and welcome to another episode of Design and Manage, my city Skylines and Modded Let's Play series. On the last episode we have started working on the core of the leisure island by placing a bunch of unique buildings that you see right on your screen. All these gigantic buildings that I've placed on this circular shape are going to be part of the main leisure part of this island, the main leisure facilities. And today we are going to enclose the entire thing with a floating park. Now you might be asking, Target, what the hell is a floating park? Well, a floating park is a park that will cover the entire area that I'm going to outline and set. It's going to be the areas that you currently see in blank, and people will be able to travel from one part of the park to the other without having to cross any road. And this will be achieved by using pathways, elevated pathways and probably tunnels. I think I'll stick with pathways alone on this park. If you have seen my latest display video, Pokemon Island, the entire zoo is a floating park because people can cross from one part of the park to the other and pretty much go through the entire park without having to leave the park area. That is achieved by using elevated pathways that go on top of avenues and roads. Now, before you go and say, Target, there's no such thing as a floating park, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And I know, there's no such thing as a floating park, at least officially. It's not an official term. It's just something that I pulled out of a special place of mine to define what I'm about to create. So don't take this too serious. So I think the explanation is done. So let's get started. If you don't know, if you didn't understand everything, you will understand as I start building. So let's start building. Alright, so the first thing that I want to do is set up the park area. And set what is going to be our floating park. So I am going to select the paint park area and I am going to define all the areas that are currently blank. Okay guys, so this is going to be the area of our floating park. I even covered this little area on the coastline because I'm going to place some buildings in there. So yeah, so now we can go to the second step, which is actually defining what kind of park area this is going to be. And this is going to be a city park. And the way we do this is by placing a main gate. So I need to define what is going to be the main entrance of this park. And I think I'm going to place the main entrance right about here. It's a very central location right next to the metro station that is currently here. So it has a very good, a very easy access to it by public transport. So I'm gonna place it here. There we go. And now we need to define all the other entrances of the park. So for that I am going to put the side gates, and every single block outlined by roads needs to have an entrance so people can get here and get inside the park from every single corner of the city or from this location. So I think I want to make and put a second entrance right here, a third one, let's see, probably here to give access to the coastal area, but it seems that we cannot put it anywhere in here, so I might come to this area by a bridge, by an elevated pathway instead. I am going to place two entrances right in front of each other over here, and a couple more near the intersections. So let's go right around the circular area, and perhaps another one over here. And now we can start going to these areas. We still have these parts to cover. So let's make an entrance here and another entrance right about here. Okay, I think that's going to be enough. So now that we have set up the entrances of the park, we need to connect every single one of them with a pathway network so that people can travel between attractions. So that's what I'm gonna do, and for that I'm going to use the park pathway, which is the one that fits the best for parks, and I need to start creating a logic to connect. And I think I'm going to connect these circular areas, these little eighths of circle, with an elevated pathway that goes around following the shape of this half circle. So let's do that. Okay, I think this is pretty cool. Now let's just connect everything. So one axis over there, another axis over there, another over there, and let's make them the same length. Okay, I think this is better. Moving on to the other areas, I need to connect this entrance to this one. So let's try and get that out of the way. So let's just continue the curvy shape up until this point, and maybe go until here. Now let's connect it to this little gate, and I'm going to do a very direct connection, and I need to remember to leave enough space in between the pathways so that I can place some attractions. Oh, and by the way, this cannot happen. This little gray square means that people can cross and go from this road to the park area without paying the ticket price. That's not what we want. So we need to find a better way to connect this. Okay, so I've just developed this area a bit further by connecting all of these blocks together, and now we need to cross the avenue and bring the pathway network to the coastal area, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I think I wanna make an elevated pathway right about, let's see, over here, and the same thing over here. Okay, pretty cool. Now we need to bring the pathway down and cover this entire thing pretty much. So what I think I'm gonna do is a very organic shape. I wonder if I can go through here. Yes, I can. I definitely want to do that. So let's just make a pathway that goes along the shape of the island, so to say. Okay, I think this covers the entire coastal area, and I can place some buildings right along the coastline. I think the pathway is close enough to the riverside, and I want to try this again. I want to try putting a couple of entrances. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Oh, wait a second. I might be able to place one here. Okay, let's see if I connect it. Oh, okay, so this was not as bad as I thought. Now I've managed to put an entrance right next to the intersection, which is always a good place. So yeah, let's continue. Alright, a bit more access points have been created. I just don't like how this entire thing has become, so let me try to adjust this. Alright, much better. This access point has become a bit weird, but I think we can live with this. It doesn't look that bad. And with buildings and some trees, I think it will stand out much more. Now let's move on to the final part of the park, which is these couple of areas. Okay guys, so the pathway network is finished. We have connected every single block of the park with pathways, so now our citizens can freely travel along the entire park. And the greatest thing is, or the most curious thing is, people are already using the pathways. They are paying the ticket price and getting inside the park just because it's easier to cross from one way to this part of the city to the other blocks. It's easier to travel this way. And if I go to the park area info, I'm even making a bit of profit just out of people who are paying the ticket price to use the pathways as a way to travel from one way to the other. So this is only going to get better as I place some more leisure buildings, which is the next step. Okay, so I think I'll start with the decoration of the coastal area. Some people have been telling me that this thing feels a bit off because it's the only aquatic building, so to say. Well, my friend, that is going to change pretty soon because I'm about to place some water buildings. We have these couple of things, the park piers, that I can probably place. I am going to place some of them right here. This one is a bit bigger, so let's place it here. And another one here. Okay, I think this looks much better. Let's go on to this side. Okay, so I just filled this area with some piers. I think it looks pretty cool, but perhaps we can mix things up. Perhaps we can mix things up with other types of park. We have these fishing piers that came up with the nature reserve park area. These ones over here. So perhaps we can mix things up a little bit. Let me just delete this pier. Let me put this one. Let me scoot it a bit to the pathway. Okay, pretty cool. Now let's put some fishing cabins over here. Okay, I like it. Let's put a few more. Perhaps we can delete this one and put a small fishing pier. Okay, neat. And perhaps another one right here. So let's delete this one and place it. Okay. Pretty cool. I really like this leisure area. And you know, we could probably spice things up a little bit by placing these buildings, like the floating cafe, for example. It could fit over here. And the fishing island, which could fit over here. The issue with these buildings is that they require a shoreline, so I cannot place them right about over here, just like I've put this little thing. But I don't know, let's keep it as it is for now and let's move on to other types of decorations. Maybe we can start by putting a park chessboard right about here. Pretty cool. Now let's place some restaurants and some restrooms if we can fit them. So we can put a restaurant here and a restroom right next to it. And we also have these little things that look very cool. So we can put one here, for example. Oh no, it kind of messes up with the terrain. I don't like it. So let's not put it just yet. We can place them, however, over here. And I think they will look very cool. Now let's place the climbing frame over here. And another restroom and also restaurant. Well, I'm not really sure if the restaurant fits here. I want to leave enough space between the avenues and the pathways to place fences. And I don't think I can put a fence if I place the restaurant here, but let's try it out. If I disable all the guidelines. Oh, I have plenty of space. Okay then, so this is not a problem. Let's just put the restrooms then. And I want to put a plaza here, but this thing is in the way, so perhaps we can scoot it a bit over. Okay, perfect. Now we can fit yet another cafe right in the middle. Or maybe not. Let's just put a couple of gazebos then. Alright, so I've just finished the coastal area, and now I think I'm going to do the exact same thing and decorate the entire park area. So yeah, I'm gonna do that in a short time lapse, and I'll meet you guys in some minutes. Alright peeps, I have just put all the attractions of the park, and now the main structure of this leisure island is now complete. Let me just show you in just a bit more detail what I've done. Okay, so as I've mentioned, I have completely put all the attractions on this park. I had to repeat the elements quite a bit. For example, these park plazas had to be put very often, so to say, and also these little climbing frames, because they are the only 3x4 building that I could place in this park. And finally, these things, the gazebos, were put quite a few times to fill up the empty spaces. So we can see a lot of people traveling in the park. Look at all these people coming to the attractions. This is very nice to see. I've tried to take advantage of the space as much as possible. If I had more room to grow, I would probably make much bigger complexes and a much more efficient park. But I'm not unsatisfied with what I have. I have all these things, all these attractions covering this entire leisure island, which I really quite enjoy. When it comes to the park performance, it's now at level 3. And if I click on it, we can see that it's making an income of 3,000, and we're only losing 2,100, so we're making a profit quite a bit, which is good. Now that we have this entire area covered with buildings, now it's a good time to enable all of these unique buildings. I need to be careful with that because the upkeep on this is too high, so we will probably start losing a bit of money as we do this. But hopefully it will be temporary, and these things will turn to be a profit and a source of income as time goes by. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, look at this. This is a really big park. I even think it's going to be bigger than my sunken park that I have here. Let me just see. Oh no, we're making an income of about 3,000. Or 2,500, so yeah, this thing has still a lot of room to grow. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for today. We have managed to build the entire park, or almost the entire park, in just one episode, so this was quite a lot of progress for this week. On the next episode we are going to decorate the entire park with fences to make it look more realistic, and we are also going to decorate the entire thing with trees and rocks and finalize this part of the island. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already to get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching guys, and as always, have fun.